So every year during the offseason, there is a free-for-all. In other words, anybody can go just write whatever they want with very little consequences, that it kind of just is what it is, right? Well, Pro Football Network came out with an article the other day kind of outlining who will be, or outlining, there we go, who will be the top offenses in the NFL, basically doing their power rankings. Couple of notes. Number one, my Vikings came in at 13, and my Raiders came in at 29th. Now, this is what really gets me. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of go along here on the list. Okay, so this once again, according to Pro Football Network, as we get things figured out here. So okay, we'll go to number one. We'll start out nice, and we'll see where this takes us. So number one. So the Lions. So Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions posted the third best offensive plus grade at 96.2 in our database. Direct back to blah 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 blah. Back until 2019, trailing all to the 2019 Baltimore Ravens and the 2020 Green Bay Packers. The standout season was expected to be 3 consecutive times. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine, whatever. The Lions, even though, okay, sure, they lost both offensive coordinators. We're going to really see what Dan Campbell's made of and all that. Fine. Baltimore Ravens, yeah, that one I could probably agree with. The Buccaneers slowly have a very sneaky good offense. But number three, that's what we're basing it off of? Okay. This is what gets me, is the offensive plus grade. Buffalo Bills need to be higher. The Arizona Cardinals, wow, okay. And don't get me wrong, I love Kyler and I love Marvin Harrison Jr., but number 5, that's where we're going with this, okay. Commanders need to be higher. Bengals, understandable. The Green Bay Packers, where Jordan Love is arguably the most inconsistent quarterback in the NFL this last year, or really over the last couple of years. So, okay, fine. The 49ers, yeah, because they haven't lost anybody. Okay, yeah, that's going to absolutely work out. The Atlanta Falcons, okay, need I say more? The Rams need to be higher. Chiefs, that's actually kind of a little shocking to me. Like I said, my Vikings at 13. Eagles definitely need to be higher. Again, I just want to make sure that I'm showing you guys this article. Again, offensive rankings, okay? This is not just about, not them saying, oh, these are the top 10 great offense. No, these are their offensive rankings. Eagles need to be higher. Dolphins, that's probably need to be a little bit lower. Broncos need to be lower. Chargers, maybe you could make the case they should be higher, but also you could also make the case they should be lower. Jaguars, I don't know, maybe that seems like a pretty good spot for them. It's going to be really interesting to see what Travis Hunter does. Jets, yes, makes sense. Seahawks need to be a little bit higher. Colts, probably, about right here. The Saints. This is what gets me. So the Saints, after Derek Carr retires, this was written after Derek Carr retires, or at least published, excuse me. He's still, and the Saints are still at 22. Really? Okay. The Dallas Cowboys, they might be lucky to win 8 games this year. I'm just going to go out and say it, okay? Let's see. The Carolina Panthers. Don't get me wrong. I love what this team has done. I think that Bryce Young is heading in the right direction, but already above a guy like Geno Smith and all these weapons that the Raiders have. Okay. The Pittsburgh Steelers, who literally just got in Aaron Rodgers. I can't with this. I literally can't. The Patriots, honestly, I would argue they need to be a little bit higher because I think that Drake May's the real deal. I think they got him some protection as long as Stephon Diggs stays out of trouble. Also, the Texans here, I know that C.J. Stroud had a little bit of a bad year, but I think they need to be a little bit higher. The Tennessee Titans. I'll get to the Tennessee Titans here in a sec. So the Raiders, this is what they had to say. So the Las Vegas Raiders have gotten a little bit out of subtle the Las Vegas Raiders have gotten a little bit of subtle steam this offseason, but we really have no evidence that they are trending in the right direction. In fact, the opposite is true. And while they're added talent on offense, I need to see growth before assuming them. Really. So the Tennessee Titans, who you ranked at 28th, where Cam Ward hasn't even played it down yet. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Also, 22. Saints, makes no sense. Dallas Cowboys, absolutely not. Carolina Panthers, yeah, they should be a toss-up at this point. At the very least, they should be a toss-up with the Raiders. Also, Pittsburgh Steelers, laughable. Like, just blatant disrespect by Pro Football Network. And again, I understand that they're not top 10 by a lot of means. I can understand that. I really can. But not even, but all the way down at 29. Basically almost ranking them the worst offense. You're going to tell me with Geno Smith, Ashton Genty, an improved offensive line. That's right, I said it. Jacoby Myers, who's showing that he can legitimately be a number 1 wide receiver. Brock Bowers, who was a first-team All-Pro as a rookie tight end. Again, I think that this offense is going to shut a lot of people up this offseason, or during the season, excuse me. And the offseason, unfortunately, we just got to deal with it for now. But like I said, I think that the Raiders need to be at least in that top 15 conversation. They've got a running game that's going to be a lot better. They've got a head coach that's going to put their offense on a lot better spot. And like we said, the weapons are there. And Geno Smith knows how to sling the football. He's going to be with Chip Kelly, who knows how to run the football. And it's just top to bottom, this offense is going to be a really, really good offense for the Raiders this year. I, in fact, do seeing it shocking a lot of people and potentially being a top 10 unit. But overall, let us know what you guys think. Pro Football Network coming out and saying that the Raiders will have the 29th ranked offense, or they have them as their power ranks at 29th. Now, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and we'll see you on the next video.